Hello, everyone. I'm Ernie, and I am so glad you're here with us today. We are on our way to my mill, and we are going to pick up some ore that I had brought home, and we are going to cook them up. We will heat them up, we will crush them, and wash them out, pan them out, and smelt it, and see what type of precious metals we get inside of this ore. And let's go do it. Here is an aerial view of my mill. Here we have 20 pounds of ore that we're going to work with today. And here we have 6 pounds of ore from the CNC shaft from Virginia City. Here we have 6 pounds of ore from the Savage Mine in Virginia City. And here we have 8 pounds of ore from the Hale and Norcross Mine in Virginia City. We have our ore cooking right now, and we're going to get it up to about 1500 degrees, 1600 degrees, and let it cook for about 25 minutes, and we'll get back to this and take a temperature in just a moment. In this process that I'm doing right now, I'm calling it cooking my ore, because what I like to do in this process is cook the ore to about 1200, 1500 degrees for once it reaches that temperature for about a half an hour, and depending upon the size of the ore, because when I go to crush it up, the ore just crushes much easier. Our ore is at 1500 degrees, and we're going to let it cook now for about 30 minutes. The 1500 degrees is really down at the bottom, and you can see it glowing, but the ore on top is not. And so I think about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes ought to do the ore good in this cooking process. Our ore is at 1900 degrees. It's been cooking now for about 32 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and shut this off, take the lid off so it could cool down, and we'll crush it up. Here is our 25 pounds of ore from the Comstock Lode, and we got it hand crushed, and now we're going to run it through the rock crusher and get it to a talcum powder size so we can pan the precious metals out of this ore. Here is our 25 pounds of Comstock ore ground up in my rock crusher. Let's pan this out. Here is our material that we got yesterday when we panned out 20 pans of material from, actually it was just 20 pounds of ore, not 25. I know I said 25 a couple of times, but it's just 20 pounds of material. We're going to get this in our iron skillet. The big pieces of material you see in there are quail droppings, and so they must have come around and dropped their droppings in here when I wasn't around. But we're going to go ahead and roast this now. And technically, when in metallurgy, when you roast your material, you roast it in the skillet, and what happens when you get it up to about 1200 degrees, the sulfides crack open and it drops and releases the precious materials that's trapped inside of them. And let's get this going. We have our concentrate roasting now. We're going to come back in a few minutes and take its temperature and look at the progress. Okay, we've been at about 1300 degrees for about 5 minutes now, and you can see that the material has stopped smoking, and so that means that it's time to shut the furnace off so this can cool down. Okay, we have 48 grams of concentrate, and let's mix up our flux. Our crucible is now heated up, and we're going to take it out and pour our charge and concentrate into the crucible. We did add in a piece of rebar for a collector metal to assist the litharge. Okay, we have our furnace up to 2300 degrees. Okay, while our material is smelting in our furnace, I did want to make a couple of clarifications. Number one is that the 3 places of ore that I have here, I had picked up in Virginia City probably about 6-8 months ago, and so I just took to leftover ore and put it all together, and we'll find out what we get. And also too, a couple times I mentioned that we had 25 pounds of ore when really it was just 20 pounds of ore. Well, this wraps up this episode of getting our gold from the Comstock Lode, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, smash that like button, share this on your channel so others can enjoy the process of smelting gold out of Comstock Lode ore. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, I would like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel and to become part of our AU family. We would love to have you in the family. We are so thankful that you're here. We are so thankful for your support, and we'll see you on the next one.